This is the Southside School of Financial Freedom Market Report and Small Account Update for the week ending August 24th, 2024. The market finished higher this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average increased 1.14% on Friday and was up 1.27% for the week. The S&P 500 increased 1.15% on Friday and was up 1.45% for the week. The Nasdaq increased 1.47% on Friday and was up 1.4% for the week. Looking at the week, we can see that there were 9 up finishes versus 6 down finishes for the major indexes. On Monday and Wednesday, all the major indexes finished up. On Tuesday and Thursday, they all finished down. And on Friday, they all finished up again. How did you do? My small account finished 3.36% higher and generated cash flow of 2.41%. Even when the market falls and or my account doesn't do well, I still get income or cash flow by selling covered calls and naked puts. This method does not only guarantee cash flow or income, it can also beat the S&P 500. I have a watch list to determine which options of stocks that I want to sell. A stock has to meet 5 criteria to be put on my trading watch list. I will not reveal what my criteria are, but if you examine my list, you may be able to figure out the criteria for yourself. The last row, however, is my benchmark row. That is, I measure my performance against gold, silver, and the S&P 500. Looking at my watch list from the week, the strongest performer on the list was Lucid Group Incorporated, ticker symbol LCID, in the first column. It was up 9.09% on Friday and increased 33.33% for the week. Lucid Group Incorporated designs, engineers, manufactures, and sells electric vehicles, or EVs, EV battery systems, and EV powertrains. Lucid also designs and develops proprietary software in-house for their vehicles. The company sells vehicles directly to consumers online and through their retail sales network, which is comprised of service centers in metropolitan areas. Lucid provides financing for vehicle sales through Lucid Financial Services, and they have service vehicles that travel, providing service with their mobile services fleet. Looking at a summary of results, you can see that Lucid has been volatile but flat year to date, having decreased just minus 0.24%. I did not generate cash flow from Lucid this week, but I have in the past. I generated cash flow from selling 7 different option contracts, 5 calls, and 2 puts that range from $6.34 to $39.34. On Monday, I sold a call for $6.34. On Tuesday, I sold 2 puts, one for $39.34 and one for $7.34. On Wednesday, I sold a call for $16.34. And on Friday, I sold 3 more calls, one for $9.34 and 2 for $8.34 each. That's a total of $95.38, which is not a lot of money, but the account is small. $95.38 and cash flow was 2.41% of my account value. With this system, the cash flow money received is free and clear. You can take it out of your account and spend it, or leave it in to build your cash balance and or invest it. If you want to increase the amount of cash flow, just use a larger account. So, for example, to 10x the cash flow to $953.80, use a larger account, and instead of selling one of everything that I sold, sell 10. This strategy is guaranteed to produce cash flow immediately and every week that it is applied. However, it does not guarantee the amount of cash flow from week to week, nor the value of your account. The amount varies and the account value varies. Despite the variations in amount and value, the goal is to generate cash flow and beat the S&P 500. Note, most professional money managers and their strategies do not consistently beat the S&P 500 every year. They usually lose, and they lose by a lot. Last year, this method beat the S&P 500 by almost 12%. But in 2024, my account is down minus 14.39% versus 18.27% up for SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF. That's a difference of 32.66%. So I am losing to the SP 500 by almost 33%. It is not unusual to beat the SP 500 one year and then lose to the index the next year, which is what I am currently doing in 2024 because I am still trailing SPY by a lot. But I am confident that I will gain on the SP 500 and beat it by year's end. Tune in next week to find out what happens. Bitcoin Watch. Bitcoin gained 8.92% this past week, and it is down minus 12.74% from its all time high. It is up just over 53% year to date. Some people believe Bitcoin is the most transformative financial asset in 1,000 years. I think the best course of action is to dollar cost average, that is DCA, into the SP 500 and DCA into Bitcoin at a 30 to 70% ratio for the next 10 years and or up to when you have invested at least $10,000. In fact, I have implemented a similar strategy where I have a portfolio that is over 85% in a Bitcoin ETF. After 10 weeks, it is up 2.59%. However, the SP 500 SPY is up 3.56%, and the cash flow system is down minus 1.07% in those 10 weeks. What do you think? What is your strategy? Do you know how to produce cash flow every week and beat the S&P 500? Do you invest in Bitcoin, which may prove to be the smartest investment of the decade? As you develop, analyze, and implement your strategy, please check back to see how my small account and my Bitcoin dominant account performs against the S&P 500 from week to week by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.